Regan Slaymaker for Radiant.Green. I have the pleasure to be joined by the Chief Technical Officer of Viridian Solar, Dr. Katie Tan. Katie, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Perfect, perfect. So I thought we'd start kind of obviously for the Chief Technical Officer at Viridian Solar. Just thought give us some kind of an update for those that don't know. What does Viridian Solar do, and how do you contribute to the solar industry?
Right, well, thanks I think this is a very good question to begin with. So Radiant Solar is a UK-based manufacturer. We specialize in roof integrated solar PV system. So our main product, Playline Fusions, is a market leader in these sectors. So it was designed and tested extensively for this market. So as an innovative company, we continue to invent and try to break the mold. So last year, we launched a multi-award winning safety product called Upbox. It has a significant impact on the industry already. So in terms of how we contribute to the solar industry, as a market leader in roof integrated solar PV, I think we set a high standard that is required for this type of product. We also bust the myth that they only belongs to a niche market. So we have produced a high quality product with cost competitiveness on par with the best on roof system. So what it means is that this allows roof integrated solar PV to become a mainstream product, especially in the new market.
Perfect. Obviously, you're saying like kind of your products reach a high standard. Obviously, you do a lot of that kind of products that relate to safety as well. Just thought this relates to one of your presentations at Solar and Storage Live this year, titled "How do we handle the risk of solar PV fire?" I mean, until I read kind of your presentation title, I didn't think this was a kind of a huge issue. But how big of an issue is this in the solar industry? Educate the audience regarding that.
Yeah, well, I think, it's thanks for your invitations to speak on this topic. I think this is a very important topic. But just to be clear, the statistics of fire caused by PV is incredibly small. It's significantly safer, if I were to say, to install PV on your roof compared to, say, using a toaster at home. But however, we should not be complacent with the current safety record. As the deployment of PV is expected to be multiplied in a short period of time, I think we must be vigilant and be proactive to make sure that we maintain that fantastic record.
Perfect. Obviously, you mentioned, I feel like there's a great little statistic there that kind of it's more dangerous to use your toaster at home than it is installing PV on there. But obviously, with the solar industry booming, like you said, the importance of a focus on solar PV safety kind of isn't kind of to negate a massive risk. It's to basically make sure the more solar PVs that are on roofs, that obviously the more likely it is, and we need to keep that risk to a minimum, like you said.
Yes. Yeah, indeed. I think that's an important one. And if you're talking about the fire safety, then statistically speaking, most of the incidents actually were due to human errors. So I think to eliminate human errors, we should be tackling it from different angles. Number one is to improve the quality of installation by investing in more trainings and assurance scheme like MCS. Now, number two is to probably try to utilize technologies to catch all the unforeseen circumstances or unknowns, famously coined by Donna Rumsfeld. So these technologies would include app fault detections, rapid shutdown, MLPE, and Upbox, the inventions that I mentioned earlier. So the Upbox, for example, would incur an insignificant cost to the entire installation, but they will increase the safety, if not the confidence, significantly.
Perfect. Well, we're glad to hear it. And obviously, kind of, we mentioned there, obviously, the future of obviously with a booming industry, kind of where the solar industry's grown over time. Obviously, the future of the solar industry is becoming a key topic with such as kind of meteoric rise recently. What, in your view, what does the future of the solar industry look like in its current form?
Yeah. Well, you say meteorite rise, that is not untrue. I think we have successfully moved away from such subsidy, in fact, a long time ago. So solar PV is now completely self-sufficient, and they are getting more and more competitive compared to other source of energy. So, you may argue that in this case, it becomes a no-brainer to deploy solar PV, either at utilities or micro generations scale. So the challenge now is how to best use the energy. I don't know if you know that 1 hour of solar irradiance on the surface of the Earth is enough to power the global electricity consumption for 1 year. So again, in my view, new technologies like energy storage, EV charger, smart grid, and in fact, wind energies will all play a part in creating a harmonic net zero future lifestyle.
Perfect. I mean, wow, I didn't know that. That's a great statistic there, Katie. Obviously, I'm going to change up this last little question. Kind of, it was going to be kind of what does the global solar market need to focus on to reach net zero? But from what you've said there, is it kind of an increased integration of all the technologies that you've just mentioned there?
Absolutely. I think the integrations of the energy is a key. Everybody knows that it's probably the best time to be in the solar market because, as you say, it's a meteoric rise in this industry. But there are numerous challenges that can derail these promising futures. And looking inward, I think we have to work together to overcome some challenges. Number one is the potential geopolitical risks, technological stagnations, and unhealthy competitions, carbon footprints, and recycling issue. So all those things, we need to look at it and then face it and then tackle it properly. And looking outwards, as you mentioned about the integrations, we also need to modernize the traditional energy market, like the grid constraints and regulations, so that we can fully embrace this promising technology.
Perfect. I think that's a great answer. And you gave kind of a lot of things to unpack there that a lot of people can focus on as well. My final question, Katie, thank you for giving me your time today. I feel like this has been a great little discussion. Where can people find yourself and the guys at Viridian Solar at Solar and Storage Live in Birmingham this year?
Right. Well, our products, Clearline Fusions, as I mentioned, and the Upbox, they will be exhibited by all our major distributors. So you can go and find them at Emerson, CCL, and other distributors that display our products. So you can find all the information there at the Solar and Storage Live this year.
Perfect. Well, Katie, that was my last question. Thank you very much for joining Radiant.Green today. And yeah, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you very much.